Hey guys, so I welcome you once again to my channel. And in the previous session we have seen what is a Cisco packet tracer is, and I have shown you the platform where we are going to implement our network models, and I have shown you how to download the various version of the Cisco packet tracer. And for this video purpose, I have chosen this Cisco packet tracer student version. So if you're comfortable using some other versions like 7.2.1 or 7.1, then that is more than enough. So uh, before diving into the practical implementation of some networking topologies, let me refresh you some of the basic terminologies which we are going to use in this whole video series. So here I have accumulated few of the networking terminologies, which we will see a few in this video and a few in the next video also. So let me start up with the host name. What is a host name? So as you can see, we can be able to understand it from the name itself, say www.info.com. So this indicates this is a host name. So whatever the website you mentioned, then that is called a host name. Say www.gmail.com is a host name. Say www.wikipedia.com, then that is a host name. So whatever it is, you mention an address names, and that is called a host name. And coming to the network interface card, that is NIC. This NIC is present in every devices like PCs, routers, switches, service PC, server PC, client PC, hub, so etc. So what does it really do? What is this NIC? So this NIC is a hardware component which is present in every devices. So what is this guy doing in that device? So it is an intermediary component which is going to connect your PC to the network. So okay, so if there is no NIC in your PC or device, then there is no possible way to connect this device or PC to the network. So if you're going to establish establish a communication to a network, then you should have a NIC. So that is network interface card. And a router, coming to router, so router is a device which can be used to connect two local area networks. So what it does is it will forward the data packets between networks. So as you can see, we can be able to see it in our day-to-day lives. Say router is in our home, like in our office or in our public transports. So that is a device which is used to connect two local area networks. So its main function is to forward whatever the data packets has been whatever the data packets has been received. So it will direct it, it will go, you go in this way, you go in this way, you go in this way. So it will forward the data packets between the networks. And coming to the switch, so as in switch, I can give you a practical example. Say in our routers which is available in our home, if you turn it in the back side, you can be able to see something like this. Okay, so where one port is for the local area network, that is the wire which is coming from the outside one, and from that we can be able to switch it using the packet switching to receive, process and forward the data to our current correct destination. So what does this, which is a device which will receive, process and forward the data to the destination. So that is done by the switches. So a wireless router itself can act as a switch. And coming to the firewall, so what firewalls does is manage the inbound and outbound traffics. So when I say inbound and outbound traffics, so whatever the traffic that is generated by you to the internet and whatever the traffic that is incoming from the internet side, then that will be managed by this person called firewall. So firewall does the manage the inbound and outbound traffic. So when I say it present as both physical and virtual, either you can have a physical firewall or you can have a virtual firewall. So it is based on the completely based on the user's perspective. And coming to the MAC address, so MAC address is inbuilt address on every NIC. So whenever a device is manufactured, it is provided with the inbuilt MAC address. So that MAC address is used to identify the destination computer in a particular LAN network. Say if I'm having a one LAN network and three devices are connected to it. So if I want to make a communication between two devices, that is PC1 and PC2, I need to know the MAC address of a PC2. Okay, so then it will be really easy for me to identify where I have to send the message. So for that we are gonna need a MAC address. So what it does is MAC address is used to identify the destination computer in a particular LAN network. And coming to the IP address, so IP address is used to identify the LAN network. So let's say I'm having a two LAN networks and I need to know from where the from which LAN network the request started. So in that case I need to identify the local area network using the IP address. So it has two versions, that is IPv4, which is of 32 bits, say example 192.168.25.1, which we are seeing it in every PCs, and IPv6, which is of 128 bits, that is version 6, which is which looks something like this. So this is our future we are going to use more of this IPv6. So coming to the DNS server. So DNS server is a domain name system used to translate the IP address into a domain name. So whatever the IP address, say 192.168.25.1, will be translated to some domain name, that is domain name or host name called www.info.com. So www.info.com will indicate that it is running in the IP address of 192.168.25.1. So DNS will translate the IP address into a domain name. And coming to unicasting, as you all know about this, one-to-one communication, broadcasting is one-to-all communication, and multicasting is one to a group of devices. When I say a group of devices, say example, one PC is going to establish communication between one send an information. One PC is going to send an information to a say 5 particular group of devices or 6 particular group of devices, then that is called a multicasting. Then coming to the default gateway, so whatever the nearest router's IP, then that is called a default gateway of our network. So if I'm having some router's nearest router IP is 192.168.25.10, then that IP address is going to be our default gateway. So hope you guys got some idea about what are all these terms, and in the next video we are going to see some more advanced terminologies which will be used in the whole networking sessions. So hope you guys liked it, and please do subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. Thank you.